So take two, Guadalmina Baja, Villa Jory. So our mic died the first time, so we do the whole tour again the second time. As you see, the day completely off script, completely raw. Luis says we never show the personality, especially myself. So today we're doing it completely freestyling. We know the house, but we're gonna freestyle a bit more without the gimbal, without any fancy suits. So today we're very Marbella style. So linen shirt, no fancy shirts, no fancy suits. And I think that it's also cool to try something new. We're trying 100 different things in the last year and a half. So I think it's always cool just to evolve, to try something else. And this house in particular, it has so much personality. It would be a shame to present it, you know, by every single corner, but it's more about the story of the house. It's about the personality, as I said before, about the feelings. As you can see already, first of all, walking in, the landscaping here is just out of this world for me. And first of all, this house was one of the first ones ever built in Guadalmina Baja. So basically what you see from the shell of the house is more or less the same. They've only renovated it last year. And I love the story about this house because normally it was never for sale before. So it was passed on from their grandpas, their great-grandpas. So I really love all the stories that you have, because now, of course, the Marbella market is evolving through all the years. And normally we just see the new houses, we see the renovations by all the developers, but we don't see a lot of the history, we don't see a lot of the personality behind the houses themselves. That's why we said with Luis, this time we do it slightly different. We show a bit of our personality, we show a bit of personality also of the house. And first thing that we're gonna do, of course, this is not where you normally enter the house, but I think that this is the smoothest we can see the house. We'll see that on this floor, we have more or less 2 bedrooms in the main floor. We have 1 bedroom that it's kind of separated from the house, but it's still in the main floor. Normally, either it's for your maid or if someone is really staying over, it's slightly smaller bedroom. But obviously this is normally where you enter the house, and you will see that this house has like different entertainment areas. And because also in, you know, when in the 70s, 80s, when this house was built, you didn't have the AC, so you were actually picking different spots in the house that they were the most appropriate for different times of the day. Of course, today this is different. We have the underfloor heating throughout, we have the AC, we have everything that you can see in the new houses, but the personality of the old house. And you can actually see, so this was how the house looked. So you see there is no neighbors around. You have La Concha in the back. So you see that the shell of the house is more or less the same. You saw that there was a wooden structure over here above the pool. Obviously there is plenty of landscaping in the last, 50 years, 60 years. And I think this is just such a cool story. I think here, Luis, if you want to show, you have a bunch of other houses. I think this one is crazy. Like, to see that there is no neighbors around whatsoever. It's basically all completely flat land and basically one little white spot over here. That's why you don't have a lot of houses in Marbella like that. So that's why it's just, I love this concept, how everything revolves around the story, not just always about the specs. Because, like I mentioned, this is the main entrance. Maybe we go here outside. So we see how it normally looks, because actually, technically, the house checks a lot of boxes. Like we said, it's a huge plot. Built area is around 550. And as I mentioned, there is still around 300, 400 square meters of extra space you can build. One of the main things that would be, because this is your main entrance, so you have a very long driveway, so it's very charming when you come here. You can imagine in your old Range Rover or maybe your Wrangler, it looks super cool. And this would be basically your garage. It was never used. There is another structure that for the moment is used as a guest house, which potentially you could convert it easily to either a gym or something else if you don't need it, because we basically have a lot of bedrooms. We have 7 bedrooms, as I mentioned. 3 on this level. So when you enter, just before you enter, the first bedroom is actually separated. It has no connection with the main house whatsoever. So it's great for a nanny, or if either someone is staying over, or of course for a maid. And then, as we mentioned, we have on, so this would be the western side. We have 2 bedrooms, 2 main bedrooms, and this is it from the main floor. Other than that, we only have the social area. And now you will see the charm, what I mean by that, because they didn't went all crazy with, you know, having it modernized completely. Otherwise, as I mentioned, you have all the features from a modernized, renovated house, but I like that they kept, for example, all the wooden beams over here. You have 3 fireplaces around the house, actually still functioning. You know, you have the fire amplifier. That's, I think, is still the original ones. Like all these features, I think that with a lot of modern houses, you don't find them anymore. And that's why we said, let's still do the tour. We always say, okay, we're just gonna tour the big houses, 10 plus million, 15 plus million, to get all the views we can on the YouTube. But I think that's touring a house like this, for me sometimes, it even as a professional or for the clients, I think it brings so much joy, so much charm to the house. Going back to the actual technical aspects, like I said before, we have 550 square meters of interior space. And in this big social area, as we mentioned before, another living room kind of on this side. We have another one back there. They used to use that one when through the day it was too hot in front of the garden. They went in the back when you have a bit more cold breeze. And this flows actually very nicely, like a very modern house with the kitchen, which I love. The kitchen is from Danespan, so in primary or in idea, it's very modern house. We have Lipcar fridge, so all the appliances very nice. We have the Smeg gas fireplace as well. So a lot of the features are actually quite modern, but even, you know, have this pattern on the tiles, even all the ceramic that they have in the house, you know, everything matches together so well, and it's just charming. I cannot tell you anything else but that. Even if you see, at least if you show here, even the lamps, they actually look like like a very Spanish or even Greek pottery. So again, they really thought about all these elements, so it still keeps the magic of the house. So we'll continue upstairs. We have 1 bedroom upstairs, but it's just interesting to show also if someone really decides that he wants to modernize it completely. Okay, we have our we have our own stuff here in the guest bedroom, in the guest toilet, sorry. Modernized complete pathway with the wooden floor, and then again we have the marble floor on this floor over here. It's kind of, you know, it's like in a way master suite. Sorry, but I think that the bedrooms downstairs are actually slightly more slightly bigger than this one, but in this case you have kind of this suite area, kind of a walk-in closet element, and we have another fireplace over here. And obviously, as you can see, if now you try to imagine the photo we showed you before, I mean, what happened in Guadalmina Baja is just, it's crazy. In the last 50-60 years, again, of course, we know what happened in Marbella in the past just 5 or 10 years. You can imagine now the development of 60 years. And I think that it's positioned very, very nicely. It's basically southwest facing. You have the sun throughout the whole day. But the good thing what they did with the house is, even though they kept most of the Andalusian charm, it has so much of glass surface basically that it still feels like it's a very modern house. Because looking at the Andalusian houses, how they built it was basically to have as least sun as possible inside, to have as much shading as possible, because of course in the summer it's, you know, it's boiling hot. Have as many covered areas as possible, terraces, even the way the roofs are built. But in this case, they put so much glass around it, and today, of course, with all the AC, you can cool off without any issue. And now we go to, so maybe one thing more to mention, we have, of course, the downstairs area, but it's only the mechanical room. So we have all the installations, the heating pumps there, and we have the laundry room, and we have a huge social area that's at the moment is not really used. It's more used as a storage, but Luis will show you more. I hope Luis will show more in the B-roll. Good, we continue. We could not get rid of the noise. I think the neighbor is working on something, so yeah, we couldn't get rid of it. But as you can see, we enter basically the other half of the house. We saw a beautiful garden, beautiful pool, very nice driveway in front. But there's actually the majority of the plot is in the back. And again, you can see all these different spots. I know that in the modern houses, we have different lounge areas. We have different living rooms. It's just for really to tick the boxes. But again, in this case, in Spanish houses, it was really used how the sun moves. So as you can see, when the sun moves to the western side, in the evening you can use this so you're not too warm. You have a proper built terrace, so you can really kind of enjoy, be cooled off. But as I mentioned before, for me, what makes Guadalmina Baja in general very special and very interesting is really the size of the plots. Again, 3,600 square meters of plot. If you wish, you can even do another guest house over there. So in this case, I think even the grandparents, they had it for their grandkids. So I think that this is, again, a house that can be used in so many different ways. I see it as a family home. I see it as a summer home. It has all the charm that you need. You have this historic tree over here. So this is all the things that normally you cannot buy in the new houses. You cannot go to the gardener and get this basically there. So I love this part a lot. And as you see that the plot, it just continues. We have another huge area over here. It goes all the way in the back. So the space here, it's just amazing. And you will see that even the guest house is not a very normal guest house, like a very tiny one. It has 3 bedrooms. It has a living room. It has you could say a kitchenette or even a proper kitchen, because you have everything from the proper fridge, the oven, the cooking top. So everything is like very properly done. We have the cement on the floor. So this would be as a master bedroom of the guest house. And then we have 2 more that they share the bathroom and the toilet on this case over here. And I think overall, Luis, did we miss something? I think we showed it, most of it, right? Yeah. We showed most of it. So why don't we end, well, normally at the beginning of the house. But I think that's it. We showed it today a bit differently. Maybe we showed a bit more personality. I hope so. So next time Luis is in front of the camera, we try another format. So I hold the camera, we do it the other way. But in any case, I think that was a super charming house. Again, normally, not that we avoid maybe the lower priced houses, but we always try to give it as much as we can with every house. So I think with this house, we try to be a bit more creative, try to show a bit of who we are as a Drumelia. And also I think we presented this house beautifully, but I think that the house speaks for itself as well. So let us know in the comments. First of all, of course, what do you think about the house, which is the important part. And you can tell us a bit about how you think about this format. Should we try to do another one? Should Luis try to do another one? Or we stick to our very professional suit and tie? See you at the next one.